thank you. How are you?
Okay, thanks. Are you enjoying quarantine?
I guess,
Great.
yeah.
Good. It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Well, let's jump into this.
Yes.
So what we thought we'd do is we would start off by reading together
Yeah.
the whole scene.
Uh-huh.
So
Sophia, thank you for stopping by. Do I look tired? Man, I do look tired. And the planes won't stop. Jesus Christ, the planes won't stop. Yeah, I did not sleep. I did not sleep at all. The neighbor's dog just kept barking the whole night, and I cannot sleep. I cannot sleep with noise. So I ended up actually falling asleep at around 3 in the morning. And then what you just saw previously on the computer, it was actually an audition. Wait, not an audition. It was a callback. A callback. So basically, for people who are not familiar with the acting industry, what you get the first time is an audition. So everybody's called and then you audition for it. And then the next step is a callback. So a callback, it depends. It could be a callback with the director or a callback with the casting director. So for this particular show, I can't give too much details. All I can say is it's in South Africa and it's a show for Netflix. So this was a callback, but with the casting director. So it's the first callback. So there'll probably be a second callback where I'll actually now audition for the actual director for the project that I'm working on. And then after that, then you get to the option stage. So the option is where you're like 2 or 3. Usually it's like 2. They narrow you down to 2 people, and then in some cases you will do what is called a test, a studio test, where you're actually flown down to the actual studio and you meet the money people. Now you meet the producers, the executive producers, and the rest. You're gonna meet them, and then you're gonna audition for them, and then they finally decide who's gonna be chosen. So right now we're on the first callback stage. So this is step 2. So I did the audition. The director liked it. So now we're doing a callback. For this one, we did it via Skype. This is in South Africa, and there's a lockdown. They announced the lockdown last night, and work is still going on. So what I'm trying to say is, don't let lockdown make you think that everybody's sleeping. Guys, people are not sleeping. People are making things work. So this is an audition. I've had a full audition on Skype. All I just needed to do was just set up everything and audition for it. Also, something else that I came to learn about these auditions. So this is for, I'm auditioning for animation. It's an animation that's going to be coming out. And you would think it's my voice that's auditioning at the end of the day. It's my voice that's being put on the test. But still, I was like, I'm still gonna shower and put on just a little bit of makeup and stuff, because you never know. You never know. Guess what? They're like, oh, we're gonna do a video call. They didn't say it was gonna be a video call. I just thought it was gonna be audio. We had a video call and they had to see my face and everything. And man, I'm telling you, Hollywood, when it comes to production, it's very superficial. Like sometimes you see someone with no talent, but if you have the looks, you get the job. It happens. It is so bad. So yeah, so I still had to like look presentable just in case. And guess what? They did say they want to do a video call, but it went really well. I must say, I was just thinking right now before I turned on the camera, as much as I've not really been actively seeking out acting jobs for the past 2 years, since I came back to Kenya, basically, I haven't really been acting because I've been concentrating on the Grace Cup. I felt really alive. I know it's something I don't want to admit, but I was feeling really alive, just auditioning and just giving out, It reminded me of how much I missed acting and how much joy it used to bring me. Yeah, I was very nostalgic. The sun is back, but I did give it my best. I gave it my best shot, and fingers crossed that I get it. It's a Netflix show, guys. It's a Netflix show. We'll see. I don't want to say too much about it. Usually when I audition, I try my best to audition and then just forget about it. Just, fuck it. If they like me, they'll call me back. If they don't, watch me as I go. Watch me as I go. Anyway, today is, I don't know if to call it day 1 or day 2 of my period, because yesterday I've been spotting, today I've been spotting as well. So I'm just putting on a panty liner, but it's not the actual period. I think the actual period will come like tomorrow or something. But what I really wanted to show you is this really cool app. Fuck, will you be able to see? Yeah. It can be found, it's only on Android, so not iOS. It's only on Android. It is called the Oki app. It's a period app, so it's like Clue or all those other apps for your period. It looks like this. This one, right over here. Yeah, that's how it looks like. Will this thing focus? Okay, got it. So you see this little girl over there? Yeah, it's called the Oki app. So Oki is spelled O-K-Y. And if you've known me for a while, you already know that I'm not, when it comes to technology, I'm not very savvy when it comes to that. That's why up to now I still use the calendar method of marking my dates. But this, we were introduced when we went for a meeting at the UN. We were introduced to this. We were introduced to this app. So it's basically built for kids, because the apps that we have right now are for older women, you know, when you're taking your pills and everything, but there's really no app for a child who's like in class 8 or in Form 1, you know, they need a user-friendly app. So I decided to give it a go, and for the past two cycles, it's been right on the money. Right on the money. It's actually even more accurate than my calendar. Like you look at, so like right now here, it says it's 1 more day to go for my period. So on the day when it's your period, it turns red. On the day when you're ovulating, it gets to dark, let me just turn it, gets to dark blue. Yeah. So for example here, what the fuck? So I hope you can see. You see the dark blue. You see the difference in the blue color. So on the day when I was ovulating, those 3 days, yeah, it moved again. But on those 3 days were the days that I was ovulating, and again, it was right on the money. I was ovulating on those days, so I can say I'm still trying to get used to it. They want to bring it to Kenya. They want to bring it to Kenya and make it more, because now I think it's only in India, if I'm not wrong. But they want to make it to do it in Kenya, to just localize it, so for local girls and local women to use it. But I must say, it's right on the money. So it's not my period per se, because it's just the drops. It's not, the actual period has not started, so I need to update on my app and just say spotting, and then it can start predicting my days. But I really find it's very, I call it, and I even told one of the developers who was there for the meeting, I even told him it looks like an app for dummies, and it really is. Like it's perfect, like not in an insulting way. It's perfect because it's so easy to use. If you want to try it out, it's on the App Store, not iOS, for Android. It's on the App Store for Android. It's called Oki, and I think you should really try it out, because it's great, if you ask me. Then, like I said, people are finding ways of making things work. When all this is over, because it's going to be over at some point. So when all this is over, you're going to be surprised at how much life just moved on for so many people. People are finding ways of making things work. Like right now, there's a lockdown in South Africa. People are not moving out. There's a partial lockdown in Kenya. I'm still auditioning for Netflix. Productions are still going on. Maybe not the actual production, like being on location, but whatever pre-production that can be done, whatever can be done without going outside is being done. So ask yourself right now, what can you do where you are? What can you do to make money and to make life keep going on? So these are very important questions to ask yourself. And please, I would encourage each and every one of you, find something to do, because life has to go on. Your landlord will still ask you for rent. Anyway, let me go in and make some coffee, and I will see you soon. All right, so remember the last time we saw each other? Yeah, this is 2 days later. Why 2 days? Because I've just been spotting. So it's just been spotting and spotting, like literally 1 or 2 drops. So there was nothing really to record. But today, I think my period has officially started. Yeah, and I really attribute this to the P2. Like, it's really messed up my periods. Like, it started on the day that you're supposed to start, yes, but it was only a drop. So for 3 days, I was expecting, because my period usually lasts 3 days, so I was expecting to have finished bleeding today. But no, today is when I start. So every day I've just been spotting, and today is when I've started. Let me just take it out. I've had this cup the whole day. Actually, I'm also using the gold cup. Ooh, a bit of spilling there. But I am using the gold cup. Wow, this time it's really messy. 1 second. And we're back. So I have not used this cup in such a long time that I think I've kind of forgotten how to take it out. I mean, during the day it was there, no leakages, nothing. This is all we've collected, plus a little more that has already spilled in the toilet. But I think I need to remind myself how I used to use this cup. This is, I call it the OG cup. So when I started the Grace Cup in 2017, this was the very, very first cup that we started with. And then we discontinued for a while, but now we do have a bit in stock. So I got more of the gold cups in. This one goes for 2,000 shillings. It is not antibacterial, so you still have to boil it, but it is 27 ml. So if you're light to medium flow and you've used the tampon before, I would say you can just directly go to this one. It does have a stem. But I've cut mine off. So the thing with this cup is the stem is a bit too long for me, that is. Not everyone has to cut it. I had to cut it because my cervix is a bit low, so I had to cut the cervix. I had to cut the stem on this one. Oof, and my hand is getting tired. 1 second again. Yes, so this is the cup that I've been using today. Goes for 2,000 shillings in case I've not mentioned it, and you can still find it at the shop. So I will see you tomorrow when we can talk about other stuff. Good morning. It is now 9:12. Yeah, it is now 9:12. I've slept throughout with the cup. I was wearing the Grace Cup Light. So I'm wearing the pink cup, the Grace Cup Light. I slept with it throughout the night. Yeah, it's day 2 of my period, so I'm expecting it to be a bit heavy. Let me just take this out. There you go. There you go. I don't know why in this period I'm taking out the cup in a very messy way. I don't know if it's the cup or it's me. But you know what? I'm going to be wearing the antibacterial cup, the 30 ml, because I'm having a very long day today. Yeah, I will have to go out to run some errands. So I want to wear a big cup just so that I'm sure there'll be no changing and everything. Let me just show you. So here we go. This is the cup. No, I won't be inserting this one. But this one right here, the one inside, I'm going to take it out in a minute. The reason why I put it, this is very hot water. You put it inside for any cup, whether it's the antibacterial cup or the regular cup. I have this red plastic cup usually stays underneath the sink because it's specifically for this job. It doesn't do any other thing. So usually as I shower, I leave the cup inside just for it to get warm. I find when it's warm and thick and soft and thick, ooh, what am I talking about? So I find when it's warm, it's really nice to insert it when it's warm. It feels, your coochie feels really nice when you insert it, when it's just come from hot water. So that's why it stays in the water. Also, it gets a bit softer, I find. It's my own opinion. This is it. This is the 30 ml antibacterial cup that, oh, please focus. The 30 ml antibacterial cup that does not require boiling. It is very big. It's 30 ml. It's very big, so it will cover me for the whole day. Also, the design, you see the design is very different from the other 2 cups that I've been wearing. The design is very different to make sure that it creates a perfect suction so that leakage does not happen. So let me show you what that means. So I hope you can see this. Yeah. There you go. So I hope you can see this. So when I mean that it creates a perfect vacuum or suction, see this? You do this, you put it like that, it sticks. See? It completely sticks. So whether you jump, you run, doesn't matter what you do, the cup cannot come out. It cannot come out at all. Like it fits in perfectly, it stays in, it sticks in. That's why to take it out, you don't pull. You don't pull it, that's why you have to squeeze. You have to squeeze the base for it to come out. So, and as compared to the other cups that usually have the holes, they cannot do this. So this is a feature only
on this new cup. So they come in different sizes, the 10, 15, 25, and 30 ml. The vacuum is really, really good. And also, I don't know if you can see inside, it forms, yeah, definitely. You see those lines? The lines inside, we call them ribs. So these ribs inside, they're the ones that ensure that the cup actually pops open. That's why, and by then this is the fold for it. You must fold it like this. So the moment you fold it like this and you insert, right? The moment you insert it, the moment you let it go, see what happens? It pops open. And that is only made possible because of the lines that you call the ribs, these lines that are inside. I don't know if you can see them properly, but they're everywhere. They're formed in form of a petal, like a flower, to make sure that it has to open up. So when you're using the other cups, the regular cups, you can use the C-fold. It's very easy to use the C-fold, but on this cup, I find it's very difficult, even from other reviews that I've gotten, even from my own experience, it's very difficult to use the C-fold, because the moment you insert it, even before you can insert it, it already pops open, because that's how it's designed. It's designed to pop open very quickly. So it is easier to use this, we call it the punch down or the pinch down, where you just flatten the cup like that, and then you drag it all the way to the end. So when you hold it like this and then you insert it, it will allow you to actually get it inside the vagina, so that by the time you leave it, it just pops open.
Hey, so since the last time you saw me, a lot happened. A lot has happened. One, I went to the market to do grocery shopping. So the thing is, it's bad for everyone. Everyone knows with whatever is happening in the world, especially businesses, even fully employed people, it's hard for everyone. But then it got so bad that the guy that I usually buy fruits from the market actually called me and was like, "Ai, Ebi, akeni kubaya, si please, nunua tu kitu, aki please kuja tu." So I was thinking, well, the other option was me going to Carrefour to go do my shopping. So I'm going to interact with people anyway. Whether I go to Carrefour or I go to the market, I am going to interact with people. So I did go to the market to buy the fruits and just to stock up on other food as well. At the gate at the market, there was like hand washing and everything, but inside the market, people are not really keeping the distance as told. Like, people are coming really close to me and I'm like, like, don't you know what's happening? Anyway, I left that. Then the other update is the last time that you saw me, the cup that I took out. The cup that I took out, I'm going to insert everything, because I did everything for Instagram. So please, if you don't follow the Grace Cup on Instagram, that's why everything breaking, that's why it's posted first. So I'm going to insert that video here so that you can see what happened. Yes, and then after that, for the night, I wore a night pad. So that was like, so basically it was 3 days of spotting and 2 days of bleeding. So after the cup that you've seen, the black one, I wore this for the night, for this night now that we just woke up from. And this is all that there is. So basically I'm just back to spotting again. So this period has just been very weird in terms of, on the days when I was supposed to be bleeding, I was spotting. Then I've bled for 2 days, because today should be the 3rd day of bleeding, but I'm basically just spotting. So I've bled for 2 days, like heavy bleeding, and now I'm just spotting again. So I think my hormones was still getting them back to balance. The other thing as well, with this whole COVID thing going on, the part that I really hate right now is the paranoia. Just being really paranoid. Like yesterday I was in town and I was walking around. The plan was to go to town because I had to go to the shops. Some people like us who still have to go out because business has to be run. Like my shop usually opens 6 times a week. Now it's only opening twice a week and for very limited hours, and it's deliveries only. So we're trying as best to still be in business, but to keep everyone safe. So I went to town and then I just had so many errands, small errands to run here and there. And I just started sweating. I was just sweating. I didn't carry enough water. Usually my car is usually packed with water, but this time I left the house very early in the morning. I did not really have any breakfast or anything, so I just left. Plus I'm on my period, so you need to hydrate, you need to eat, but I just didn't have the time, so I just left. And then I started feeling like a slight headache, not really, like I didn't have a fever or anything, just just a slight headache, and but I was really, really sweating. So, I mean, it was a hot day yesterday, but still, you know. So the plan was for me to leave the shop and then go to my mom's house. But then I got to my car and I was like, no, what if it's Corona? I know, I didn't even have the symptoms, but to me, I just thought, oh my God, I'm sweating, so it has to be Corona, you know. So I drove back home, and then I had to call my mom and be like, sorry, mom, I can't come because I'm not 100%. And then she's like, well, how are you feeling? Blah blah. Then I'm like, I'm really sweating a lot. So we had to go back to the period, because usually when I get the period, I'm usually very when I get the period, I sweat a lot. I don't know if you get it as well, but I sweat a lot, which means I have to keep drinking a lot of water just to keep myself hydrated. That's why I also get very dry skin during my period, because if I don't drink enough water and I'm sweating a lot, then I'm not really getting any moisture into my body. So I was calling my mom, I'm like, I can't come, I'm very, like, najishuku, you know. So mom was like, okay, just relax. Have you had anything to eat? I'm like, no. She's like, just go in, have something to eat, and then I'll call you back later. So I come home, I get into the house, I make some food. The plan was to take like a painkiller, like headache, like a Panadol, but then I was like, you know what, let me just eat and see how I feel. So I ate, and then I had a bit of a and then I just relaxed, and then I just watched some Netflix, and within a few minutes I was back to normal. I was back to normal. I guess I was just low on sugar and I just needed to eat. I just needed to just calm the fuck down, you know? Like, I'm getting really, really paranoid. I'm one of those people, when this thing was starting, I was like, guys, just relax. I still used to go to the gym. I still used to go for yoga. If you watch my previous videos, like, I was very like I didn't want to put my mind into it as much. But now that the curfew has started in Kenya, I'm like, okay, shit is happening. Shit is happening. I think what really got me really worried was this documentary, or rather this show that I was watching. I will leave the link of that particular episode in the comments, where they're saying in New York, in the States, they're building temporary morgues. They're preparing for death. As in, that is how bad things are. And for the government to start building morgues, yeah, you know things are bad. You know things are really, really bad.